Welcome to the Game Changer podcast. Today's topic, turning setbacks into comebacks. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Top of the morning, welcome back. This is the Game Changer podcast with Setema Gali. You guys better get your minds right and get up and let's go. See, it's more than the game that we changing.
What is going on, my friends? Coming to you live from the HQ in Destin, Florida, the most beautiful beaches on the planet. Water is clear, the skies are blue, sun is out shining, and it is football season. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Listen, if this makes a difference for you, please share it with somebody. Share it with somebody who needs to hear it. Okay, let's talk about setbacks, comebacks, tragedies, triumph. If you're going through something hard right now, I'm talking to you. If you're going through something difficult right now, I'm talking to you. If you are depressed and discouraged, I'm talking to you. I know what it's like. I know you hear these podcasts, you hear people talk about their story, but I really do know what it's like. For some of you who don't know, 2004, I start back in the mortgage industry. Well, I start in the mortgage industry. NFL is done almost 20 years ago. I'm done in the NFL. I'm trying to figure my life out, start doing mortgages, make some really good money. 2004, 5, 6, 7, just this awesome run. Mortgages, real estate, hard money, development, land, all kinds of stuff. And money was amazing. I was not ready for 2008, and we lost. Cars got repossessed. The homes got foreclosed on. It's crazy. I'm here in Destin, Florida. I owned a home up in Crestview. I owned a home up in Atlanta. Atlanta's 5 hours. Crestview's like 45 minutes. Crazy, right? I even had land down in Miami. Well, we lost it all. And you want to talk about getting discouraged? Like, we got kicked out of our home. That was a setback. Having no cars, that was a setback. Selling my Super Bowl ring, that was a setback. Like, that was embarrassing. That was humiliating. That was like, it was one of the worst things. Filing a bankruptcy in 2010, like, embarrassing. Then I went to knock doors in 2011, 12, and 13. Door-to-door salesman. I had to recruit. And you want to talk about dog days? Imagine this, waking up on a Monday morning knowing I got to go sell a security system. If I don't sell, my family does not eat. I got to knock on the door. I got to get in the home. I got to close. I got to knock and walk and talk and walk and knock and install. I got to go recruit other guys to go do what I do. For 3 long years, that's what I did. And it worked. So I could go on and on about all the trials, the tragedies, the setbacks. But here's the reality. It doesn't matter where you are in your life. It does not matter how much money you have in your bank account. It doesn't matter the family you came from. What matters is that you're going to face challenges. You're going to face dog days, dog moments, and moments where you're just like, this is hard, where you can't even see the light at the end of the tunnel. You're gonna have moments where you're depressed beyond, and like nothing works. No podcast, no book. You're just like, I can't even hear. I can't even see. You're gonna face moments where you're not happy in your marriage. It's like it's just not working, or maybe like you can't get through to a child, and they're just going on a different path. Maybe you're in a marriage where like you and your partner are splitting ways, like you value different things. Maybe you go through a time where you have a loved one who gets sick. Like, I've been there. You gotta know I've been there. One of my sons had a febrile, I think it's called a febrile seizure. Stopped breathing for like 60 seconds. I mean, I thought he was gone. There's been times where I'm just like destitute financially, like, Lord, what do I do? I got a payroll tomorrow. I got people who are counting on me to get them a paycheck. There have been events where we put on events where we were so upside down in the event, like we were like, oh my gosh, we're going out of business. I've also had times where just physically I could not get out of bed, and I was just so overwhelmed. Like, I have been through a lot. Now, I know you have too. I know you're going through some tough times. I know you feel depressed. I say that like it's just like, yeah, but no, I know what it's like to be discouraged. I know what it's like to be in the darkness. Listen, every setback becomes the comeback. Every tragedy becomes the triumph. I'm going to give you 4 specific things to help you. These 4 things have helped me. These 4 things have made a difference for me. And they still do. Why? Because the truth is, no matter where you're at in life. You are not immune from the challenges. It doesn't matter how much money is in your bank account. You still have problems. It doesn't matter how fit and healthy you are. There's still devils on every level. And it does not matter how good your life looks on social media. I know people still struggle. That's just part of life. That's the human condition. We're going to be challenged. We're going to be tested. We're going to go through adversity. We're going to go through setbacks, and those setbacks become the comeback. The tragedies become the triumph, okay? So, 4 things. Number 1, stop being a victim. Victims do stuff like this. Why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? This is so like that. You don't need to be a victim. Stop being a victim. Number 2, ask a different question. Instead of why me, start asking the questions, what am I supposed to learn right now? What's the lesson I'm supposed to learn? Like what's the thing I'm supposed to see? What's the thing I'm supposed to build? Who am I supposed to serve? Who can I help right now? Maybe there's a book, maybe there's a podcast, maybe there's someone at my church, there's someone that I am going to be able to help because I'm asking a better question and I'm not being the victim. First one, don't be a victim. Stop your victim blame talk. Number 2, ask better questions. Who am I supposed to help? What am I supposed to learn? What am I supposed to let go of? What is God wanting me to see? What am I supposed to develop? Who am I supposed to become? I know it's easy to say these questions right now, but in the middle of it, you got to do it. Number 3, what am I supposed to do right now? Even if it's hard. Even when you don't feel like doing the work, even when you don't feel excited, you're not motivated, you're not inspired, and you will have moments, days, weeks, months, even years where it don't matter what you do, it stays dark. It don't matter what coach you hire, nothing changes. What are you supposed to do? You understand that in the challenges of life, right, in the most difficult times, if you do something, you move forward. If you do something, you move forward. So what are you supposed to do? And again, this goes back to question number 2, which is ask a different question. Action solves a lot of problems. And again, I'm not saying this is going to solve the depression, the discouragement, the setback, the tragedy. I was in a financial pit for 4 freaking years. 4 years. You know what I learned? I learned that I'm a lot stronger. I'm a lot better than I thought I was. I learned that I could lean upon God. God was teaching me. God was training me. God was preparing me. But more than that, Setema needed to learn some things about Setema. God already knew. God already knew who I was. Setema needed to choose, right? Setema needed to make a decision. Number 1, don't be a victim. Number 2, ask different questions. Number 3, what are you supposed to do? And then number 4, what story will you tell? You understand that every tragedy, every setback, every adversity, the seeds of greatness are in the adversity. The seeds of excellence are inside of the setback. So what story do you want to tell? And I remember going through this in 2009, 8, 9, 10, 11. I remember watching The Pursuit of Happiness, watching Will Smith, right, play Chris Gardner. And I remember crying, I was crying my eyes out because I'm like, man, nothing's working. God, where are you? And I used to say, God, where art thou? Why have you forsaken me, God? Like, what is going on? And I remember thinking to myself, one day I'm going to tell this story about selling my ring. One day I'm going to tell the story about drinking Red Bull every day, eating potato chips, and knocking on doors for a living. One day I'm going to tell the story where I flew to South Carolina. I didn't have any sheets, pillows, no money for food, and I had to figure this out in that first week of knocking doors. One day I would tell the story. And today I tell the story. What story will you tell? And then I'm going to give you a bonus, okay? So again, just in review, number 1, please don't be a victim. Have some ownership. Whatever's going on, whatever you're going through right now, it's going to be for your good. Number 2, ask better questions. What are you supposed to learn? Who are you supposed to help? Where are you supposed to go? What are you supposed to let go of? What are you supposed to learn? Who are you supposed to become? Just keep asking these questions, okay? Number 3, what are you supposed to do? Do something. And if every day you keep hitting this boom, boom, you just keep hitting the stone, one day it's going to crack. And then number 4, what story will you tell? When you're going through the challenges of life, you just know one day I'll tell my kids and my grandkids these stories. See, my kids have no concept of what we went through. They only hear it through stories. They live an amazing life. Dang, my boys, all they know is brand new cars. When we need something, we go buy it. They have flown first class a lot. They fly Comfort Plus most of the time. They got brand new shoes. They got their own bedrooms, their own bathrooms. There's no need. Like, they have no worries. And I have to remind them, this is not normal. But there is a standard where much is given, much is required. So when you live in my home, there's a standard of how we live. And there's gratitude. That is being humble. That is not being entitled. That is being a contributor in life. Now, the bonus for you as you're going through these things. Here you go. Ready? Here's the bonus. Remember this, okay? Please remember this bonus, that you're creating the blueprint. The bonus is the blueprint. What does that mean? Some people are going to need, they won't learn from Setema. But some people will learn from you. There's a number of people out there that have got to hear from you, which means you got to get through the challenges. You got to get through the trials. You got to get through the test, even if it's like 8 or 12 years, so that when you get through, you created the blueprint, and people are going to need your blueprint. Like, that's real. People are going to be inspired by you, which means you can't quit. You got to get through it. You got to pass the test. Even if it burns, even if it's hard, even if it cuts you up, even if it almost damn near destroys you. Look, I've had 5 shoulder surgeries at Brigham Young University. I had a hernia surgery in high school. Busted my ankles up, always had my ankles taped. Got to the NFL, couldn't hardly walk. Shortest career ever. Then I did the mortgage thing. Then I lost everything. Then I sold the Super Bowl ring. Then I was bankrupt. Then I sold my wife's wedding ring. Then I went and knocked doors. Then we moved to California. I mean, I could go on. And every great blessing in my life, the greatest, have been born out of the adversities, out of the setbacks, out of the tragedies. I promise you, my friends, if you're going through some hell right now, embrace it. Embrace it. Learn from it. Journal. Write the notes down. Like, what's the story you're going to tell? And remember that you are creating the blueprint for someone else. So you overcoming is someone else's blueprint. Please don't give up, my friends. Please don't give up. I know it's hard. I know it's hard. Go find people to talk to. Go talk to your parents. Go talk to a coach. Go talk to a friend. Journal, read, pray, meditate, pray, fast. Like, keep fighting to get through this. And sometimes you just, as the scripture says, be still and know that I am God. Don't give up, my friends. The good times are coming. The blessings are coming. The great things are coming. The results are coming if you'll put in the work through the adversities and allow the setbacks to become the comebacks and the tragedies to become the triumph and the adversities to become the acceleration, and the things that burn you, they will build you. Thank you for listening. Please share this with somebody. Please take a screenshot, tag me, let me know you're listening to me. I love you. Thank you for being a game changer. Until next time, I'm out.
Let's go. See, it's more than the game that we changing. We don't do it for the block, do it for the name. Yeah. No, there ain't no stopping it. If you really want it, better rock with it. This is how to be a game changer. Better put your pride down, heavy, get your pen up. Wanna be the greatest, we ain't stopping till we win, yo. This is how to make it when they hating, we ain't worried what they saying. This is how to be a game changer.